People often ask the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now.
From coast to coast, it's not just about houses. It's about how people live, work, and dream. These streets hold stories. These homes hold hope. And the people, they're the heartbeat of something bigger. This isn't just real estate. This is the real America. One neighborhood at a time. Welcome to your neighborhood. Welcome to the American dream.
When you think of luxury design, waterfront properties, and yachts, you gotta be thinking of Newport Beach. I'm Clarissa Renee Jones, and welcome to Balboa Island. Balboa Island, it is a place that is full of some of the most beautiful homes in the world. Today, we get to take a sneak peek at a Spanish-style renovation done by award-winning designer and builder, Wendy Blackman Home and Design. Come on, let's take a look. So Wendy, your home is absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for having us today. How was your home before?
Well, it was a lot different than it is now, that's for sure. I remember seeing the house for the first time and thinking, wow, this is like the least attractive house on the island. It was a big box, but it was brown and beige, and that was the exterior. And in the inside, it had popcorn ceilings and like this turquoise carpeting. I have to say, like, it was built in 1969. So I don't think that they had done anything in the house since that time. So we have a design firm. I run a business with my husband, Greg, and I handle the design elements and he handles kind of the renovations. But I do a lot of projects that are ground up projects. So when I first saw the home, I saw that it had a red tile roof. So right away, I started sketching what I thought this could look like. So I started kind of piecing it together. Mm-hmm. And I wanted it to have a Spanish feel just to pay off the red tile roof. But at the same time, I wanted it to have an updated look. So it's kind of a combination between Spanish and modern. So it was always like there was like a tightrope walk of modern and Spanish. And it's also the way that I design. Like if somebody comes to me and says, well, I want an ultra modern house, I don't always give them just an ultra modern house. Like I don't play into a particular style. I think it's a lot more interesting taking different styles and kind of melding them together, but in a way that's very cohesive, and looks good, but to me it adds a lot more character than something being really one-dimensional.
Right. So Wendy, you mentioned you grew up here, but what is it really like raising a family here after growing up here, experiencing the world, and now rearing a family and still living, because your children are older now, right? And so what's it been like, that whole process?
Well, it's really been a dream. There's times in your life where you live somewhere and you come home and it doesn't necessarily feel like home. When I come home here on the island, I feel like it's home. This is a really, really special place for me and for my family.
That's so special.
Basically, when we bought the home, we had enough money to purchase the home, but not a lot to renovate it. So we actually did it in a couple different phases. We did 3 phases. The first phase was like the move-in phase, like doing the things that you absolutely had to do.
Yeah.
Like taking down the popcorn ceiling, re-plumbing, redoing the electrical. And then the second phase was more of working on the front of the home. Like the home is really dark, and so it had these small kind of narrow vertical windows, and we changed out the windows to sliding doors to allow a lot more light to come in. And then it wasn't until the third phase that we actually moved out and redid everything in the side.
Amazing. I can see that you had a process and you started with the foundation and then you worked up into the big project. Wendy, thank you so much for having us into your beautiful home. I'm speechless looking at all these things. And this is really a representation of a designer's home that actually looks like a designer's home. You've talked so much about Balboa Island and how cute and quaint this town is, but would you mind showing us around?
Of course, I'd love to. So this is iconic Dad's Donuts. And when I was a little girl, we used to sneak out of our house and come here and help Dad make the donuts like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
Something never do nowadays. What's really popular here are the Balboa bars, which is like an ice cream bar, and the frozen bananas. I think I'm gonna have frozen banana.
Yum, I love it. Let's do it. Thank you so much, Wendy. You are an icon yourself, and I am so excited that we were able to see your beautiful home and really learn more about you as well as this amazing place that is home, Balboa Island. So,
well, thanks, Clarissa. I'm glad that I got to show you our place and some of my favorite places like Dad's Donuts. And if you're ever down here again and you want a little bit more information about Balboa Island, they have a wonderful museum that kind of talks about the history of the island.
yes,
So it's a must-see.
that's amazing. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed meeting amazing Wendy Blackman as much as I have and seeing how thoughtful she is with her design. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Cheers.
The last time we were here was about the restoration and the past.
Today, it's all about opening the doors to the future. Welcome to Palm Springs.
So John, the last time we were here was last May. This place did not look like this. There was scaffolding everywhere. There was no air conditioning. There were skill saws going. There were people painting. There were people moving things. There was no floor on the main floor of the theater. We've come a long way, and look at this place.
Wow, yes, look at this place. I mean, can you believe this is the way it looked in 1936, restored to its original beauty? Amazing.
I know that the 89-year-old celebration was December 1st to the 12th.
Yes.
And I know that Cynthia Revo was one of those who kicked it all off. Talk to me a little bit about how that 12-day celebration went and what's common.
Yeah, well, it started, a few days before that with our, community open house and everybody performing on stage. And then, of course, we were graced on this stage by the incomparable Cynthia Revo. And it was truly one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life. It was so amazing, so unique. And in this little space to see her powerful voice with a microphone and without a microphone, if you recall, she really showed off the sound of this beautiful, beautiful spots. All throughout December, all those magical moments, all the way through New Year's Eve. I mean, it was an amazing month of December and so many shows and so many exciting opportunities for people to see this amazing place. Next season is coming up. So, over the last several weeks, we've announced lots of new shows. Every Monday between now and the end of April, we'll be announcing more new shows for next season. So we encourage everybody to take a look at what's going on now, but then look forward to the future as well and, get those seats so you can be part of the season next year.
Let's talk a little bit about, the renovation. You raised nearly $35 million to get that done, but now we're in the next stage. And, I understand there's a partnership between the Oakview Group, the Palm Springs Plaza Theatre Foundation, and the City of Palm Springs. So with all that, how can we really help in terms of making sure that this theater keeps with the traditions it's had for such a long time?
Well, I think first and foremost is for people to buy tickets. We, look forward to having people support becoming an annual member of the Plaza Theatre because ticket sales don't cover all the operating expenses here. We work very hard to offer, nonprofit rental rates to our resident user groups that use the facility. So we're looking for, of course, ongoing funding to do that. And more importantly, we're looking for people to sponsor shows. To help us elevate the programming on an annual basis. A, buy tickets, but B, help us sponsor some of those shows. Put your name, hey, generously sponsored by John Bolton. How amazing is that to have your name here on the curtain to sponsor some of our shows? I'd love to give you a tour. Just follow me and we'll get started.
Wonderful. That's great. The last time we were in this place, there was no air conditioning, there was no floor below us, there was scaffolding everywhere, there were skill saws going off, and to see the transformation of this place into where it is today is magical.
Really, it's magical and it's astounding. From the star-covered ceiling to the amazing way they've opened up. It was all behind. You could never see this archway before. Definitely a destination spot. You've got to put it on your travel plans. This is the place to be. All kinds of world-class performance. Please come check it out. Donate to it. Be a part of our community and experience something that's a part of the heartbeat of Palm Springs.
What do you get when you mix education, environmental stewardship, and a whole lot of creativity? Well, you get Explore Ecology. Come on, let's go check it out. So I have Lindsay here from Explore Ecology. Lindsay, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
I've been with the organization for about 23 years, so a really long time. And I started as an environmental educator and I'm now the director. So I really love it here.
Excellent. Why don't you show me a little bit around this place and see what you got?
Wonderful, I would love to. Welcome to Art from Scrap. Everything that we have here has been donated to us from local individuals and businesses. Of course, we have lots of corks because we're in Santa Barbara County. Tons of fabric that comes in, so that's one of our most popular items. We have such a wide variety of materials for all of your crafting needs. We encourage our community to think differently about what their materials are that they have on hand and how to repurpose them, and we accept donations all throughout the week.
This is amazing. It's like a treasure trove.
Definitely. It is a treasure hunt every time you step in the door.
What is the program and what is a child? What do they experience when they come here?
Art from Scrap is a program of Explore Ecology, and we have two other programs also. We have our environmental education program and our school gardens program. So both of those programs are really school-based. We're working in the school with students during their school day. We also have field trips here, so we bring students here to Art from Scrap so they can see all of the different materials that we have. And the best part is they get to go upstairs in our makerspace and create a project of their own that they get to take home.
And why do you think it's important for children to learn environmental stewardship at such a young age?
When we learn something at a young age, it sticks with us for our whole lives. So when, it was important to have everybody wearing seatbelts, it was the children that were making everybody put on their seatbelts. And I think of it the same way. I hear from parents all the time that my child doesn't let us throw anything away. We have to save it all now for art projects and things that they're creating with. And instilling that really love of nature and creativity helps them so much throughout their whole lives.
In 3rd grade, we actually went on a field trip here, and I gotta say, it was the best field trip I've ever been on, and I still remember it to this day. It was a whole lot of toilet paper and me trying to make an octopus out of it.
Welcome to our makerspace.
Wow, check this out.
Yeah, this is a really fun room. We make all kinds of magic happen in here. As you can see, we have our materials and everything set out for our crafternoons, which are every Saturday from 10 to noon. Every month we have sewing and mending workshops, so our community can come in and learn how to use a sewing machine if they've never done that before, or bring their own projects in.
What kind of experience do you think the kids are having when they come up here and see all of this?
One of my favorite things is when we have a class come on a field trip and you can hear all their feet stomping up the stairs, and then the oh wows, because it is so fun to walk upstairs and see all of the different materials and things out on the table. We don't tell them what they need to create or how to create it. It's really open-ended for the children.
What's your vision for the future of Explore Ecology and Art from Scrap?
We've been in the community for over 35 years, and that is my vision, is to continue that for the next generation as well, and to ensure that through Explore Ecology, we get to keep encouraging that next generation of environmental stewards. We hope to just continue to solidify our programs and build this organization to continue to serve Santa Barbara.
It's inspiring to see what organizations like this are doing right here in our community. Join me next time as we explore the people, the places, and the lifestyle that make Santa Barbara such a special place to live. I'm Allie Edwards, and this is Your American Dream.
Outside of LA, you can be up here in one of the prestigious and elite mountain communities that we have to offer of Southern California. I'm Brandon Mild with RE/MAX Advantage in Lakeside. Welcome to Lake Arrowhead. Lake Arrowhead, amazing with the lake, from the village to the micro communities and the beautiful homes. There's so much this community has to offer. Today, we're gonna get to go inside and preview one of these amazing homes and show you all they have to offer. One of my RE/MAX Lakeside agents, Shelly Preston's inside, so let's go meet her and let's look at this amazing property. Hi, Shelly. So thank you for letting us come check out your gorgeous listing today up here in Lake Arrowhead.
Absolutely.
I know you are from down in the valley, more the coastal side by Orange County in LA. And you guys came up and actually moved here permanently. What brought you to Lake Arrowhead that makes it so special up here?
Well, Lake Arrowhead, in my mind, I always kind of say it's sort of like the snow globe community. It's really kind of undiscovered paradise. It's so close to LA, it's so close to Palm Springs, it's so close to downtown LA.
You're kind of out of the buzz of the city life,
Absolutely.
But you have access to it so easily.
Right.
And you're minutes to Big Bear for skiing. You're here with the lake. There's restaurants, there's life. You can get down the hill if you want to work and commute. I know we have some commuters up here. And what do you think drives them up here from LA? That tranquil peace and quiet?
Absolutely. There are people that live in LA, live in Newport, and have their second homes here. And even those are great places to live. They come up here specifically for the peace and tranquility. For the kids, you can't get better than to have your kids roaming around in nature. There's lake walk trails, there's mountain trails, there's great biking up here, there's fishing, there's boating.
This home is stunning. From the birds chirping to the putting greens to the waterfall to the mountain retreat look. It's amazing. What else can you tell us about this home?
Well, technically the property is it's 4,050 square feet, so it's a large home, but it still has that kind of cozy feel. The whole property, even though, over 4,000 square feet is large, it still feels cozy and very functional, but at the same time, everything's been upgraded. So it's a 1981 home, and with that, they've completely updated everything that you'd want. From 1981 isn't that long ago, but this property hasn't been really used because it's always been a secondary home.
And with that, this property comes with lake rights, correct?
Yes, it does.
So you have access to it?
Yes, exactly.
Can you explain that a little bit? How does it work with the lake rights?
Sure. In Lake Arrowhead, there's a perimeter. It's a predetermined perimeter, a boundary of what properties fall within the lake rights. And if you're within that, which this property is, you then have the ability to join the Arrowhead Lake Association. You can walk the lake, you can have a boat on the lake, you can have paddle boards and kayaks and all the kind of lake amenities.
Awesome.
And this property gives that.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you for all the information. I'd love to see more of this.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to show you.
All right, well, let's go take a tour.
All right.
Thank you, Sally, so much for showing us around today, letting us check out this amazing estate. This inspires me to look into something up here in the mountains for the privacy, the birds, the fresh air you mentioned. It's all amazing.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. And for all of you who are looking maybe to make a move up to the mountain or another vacation home retreat, we have an amazing team up here. You have myself, you have Shelly Preston here with Remax Lakeside. You guys know who to reach out to. Let's get you moving. See you next time.
Welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Stéphane Pompuy. As we know, one of the most powerful drivers of real estate value, often influencing prices by the millions, is location. But what truly defines a great location? Is it proximity to the beach? Is it a vibrant nightlife with great dining, bars, and world-class hotels? Or an overall sense of community? Well, today we have the distinct privilege of exploring an extraordinary property here at the Shore Hotel in Santa Monica. Not only one of LA's best properties, but rated #1 in America by TripAdvisor in 2024. A great accomplishment, especially considering it's a family-run business. So let's go inside and meet the man behind the vision, John Farzam.
Steph.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Great to see you as well.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for showing us around today. First off, congrats on the success of this place. It's definitely one of my go-to places every time I'm in Santa Monica. So tell us, how did this come to be? What was the vision behind it? Because it was something here before, correct?
Yes, the Shore Hotel was originally built in 2011. So what used to be here was 2 old motels, and they were demolished back in January of 2010. And we decided to re-envision this portion of Ocean Avenue. When we first built the hotel, the vision was to be a leader in sustainability. So we are LEED Gold certified as a new build status. So what that means is everything that was brought here through construction, the means of travel, to the type of materials that we used, everything down to the daily operations that we do today has something to do with sustainability. Whether it's the insulated glass, the recycled fabrics that we have in our furniture, the lighting, the HVAC systems, drought-tolerant plants, the list can go on, has something to do with sustainability here. So in 2025, the Shoreside Restaurant and Bar opened, which has been a really amazing addition to the hotel. We have half of it outside towards the pool area, and we have the other half inside towards the lobby. And this has really been a new location now for the locals to come in.
So as a local, you can come here, have a drink by the bar. Can you jump in the pool and all that stuff, or is that for guests?
We do offer day passes through third parties.
Oh, wow.
If somebody does want to, for example, lounge all day, that's totally an amazing option.
I gotta say, I do love the idea of the bar being outside of the lobby to the pool area. I'm assuming that was intentional?
It was very intentional. Yeah, so we just like to really maximize the open space as much as we can. We introduced a lot more organic wood materials to basically soften the modernness, if you will, of the lobby and the overall hotel. And it really creates a more warm experience, and especially at night, it's really intimate.
Yeah, I gotta say the common areas is I love how diverse it is, but yet how it flows seamlessly together with the different finishes. I'm assuming the rooms are a bit more warm. Can we see one of the rooms?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of our suites that we have here on site. So for anybody who's looking for more of a spacious space, this is great for small families or special guests that you want to invite. Almost 80% of all of our rooms that we have here, for the exception of the back building, has ocean views. And what's really unique about the design is the main building here on Ocean Avenue is a U-shaped design. So even the rooms that are, as we are right now, along the side of the U, all of the balconies are angled towards the ocean. So we're able to have ocean views across all the rooms in this building. You know, what makes this property very unique and special is obviously the location. So we have the Santa Monica Pier directly across the street over there. This is gonna be our future coastal petite rooms that we're gonna have here, which is gonna be the smaller footprint at a more affordable cost. And this little particular section that we're standing in right now is gonna be our future cafe as well. That's gonna be fronting 2nd Street, which is gonna be right across the street from the Santa Monica Place Mall. What makes the design of these rooms very interesting is right now you're seeing these walls being formed with wood, right? Yeah. But actually starting tomorrow, we're having concrete being poured in all of these walls. So what's gonna make the walls of the rooms very unique is we're gonna be having board form concrete. So concrete's gonna get poured in between these wood slats. And when the concrete dries, the wood's gonna get removed and it's gonna create a really beautiful wood grain effect. I'm really excited for what this possibility and potential could bring, and see how you can be able to make, you know, efficient guest rooms, but amazing service and really cool design.
Listen, John, thank you so much for your time and the deep dive tour of this crown jewel here in Santa Monica. It really was interesting to see what you're building, to see what you've done, and to see the attention that you put into this place.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. The work never stops. There's always more projects that are coming on the forefront that I'm excited to announce in the future. And I'm excited to share it with the rest of the world.
Sounds good. Thank you for joining us. If ever you're in Santa Monica, the Shore Hotel is definitely a must visit. Come check it out.
Thanks, Steph.
Of course.
Is known worldwide for its mid-century modern architecture. And today, I'm in one of the neighborhoods that help define that look, Racquet Club Estates. If you're into mid-century design, you're gonna wanna know this neighborhood. I'm Lisa Angel. Welcome to the American Dream. Developed in the late 1950s by the Alexander Construction Company, Racquet Club Estates is one of the largest concentrations of mid-century homes in Palm Springs, many designed by architect William Crissell. These homes were originally built as modern desert retreats designed for indoor-outdoor living and a more relaxed, lifestyle-driven way of living. What's interesting is that this neighborhood really helped shape what people now think of as the Palm Springs look. Clean roof lines, open floor plans, and a strong connection to the outdoors. And today, that design is just as relevant, if not more so, than when these homes were first built. Now, I'm going to take you inside a home that perfectly captures that mid-century spirit. Let's go take a look. What makes Racquet Club Estates so special is how it blends architecture with lifestyle. These homes were designed to be lived in, not just looked at. You have pools, patios, and spaces that naturally flow from inside to outside, and that is what Palm Springs living is all about. You're just minutes from downtown Palm Springs, so you have easy access to restaurants, shopping, and entertainment. But at the same time, this neighborhood still feels quiet and residential, which is something buyers really appreciate. This is a 1959 Alexander home that's been thoughtfully curated to reflect the era, with vintage and period-correct design elements throughout. And that's actually what makes this one a little different from many of the other ones. A lot of mid-century homes today have been updated in a more contemporary style, but this home really leans into its original design story, creating a cohesive mid-century experience. From the patterns to the textures, everything has been intentionally designed to reflect the era. And when a home is done this way, it creates a completely different feeling, something that's hard to replicate. And this is where Palm Springs living really comes to life. The backyard is private, relaxed, and designed for outdoor living. And the mature hedging not only adds privacy, but also helps create a more calm, sheltered outdoor environment, which is especially nice in this part of Palm Springs. There's also a detached casita with its own kitchenette, which adds a lot of flexibility. Whether that's for guests, a creative space, or extended stays, homes like this tend to attract buyers who really appreciate architecture and design, not just square footage. How perfect is this space? Homes like this aren't just about square footage or even the finishes. They're about how they make you feel. If you've been looking for a home with true character and connection to Palm Springs architectural history, you're going to want to check this one out in person. I'm Lisa Angel. I'll see you next time on The American Dream.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that the American Dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American Dream.